This week we find ourselves in Central Idaho, the home of the Sawtooth Mountain Range, and the picturesque tiny town of Stanley, Idaho.
I wanted to tell you about the problem that we're having, and this is a good problem to have. We have been around 7 to 10 miles away from Stanley, no further than that, just looking for different places to camp, and have come along at least 50 designated campsites to camp at that are free, and most of them are just simple, and they have just a fire ring and really nothing else but an area to park your vehicle and, well, a great view. And like you can see these spots right here, this one here is right on Stanley Creek. So we've come across so many great places. We were like, where are we going to stay? And we finally settled on this one here. This one is in the Salmon Chalice National Forest. And another reason why we actually selected this location is because we needed some sun for our solar to charge our battery. And so we found an area that has enough clearing to get that sunshine. But in all these campsites, there's just nobody staying out here. Hooray for the off season. And we're right below Stanley Lake. And it's just a short walk to the lake, just a few hundred yards at the most. That looks like it should be a painting, the mountains back there. All right, that's pretty cool looking. The water's super clear and cold. And a little natural sand beach.
Are you cutting enough wood for the whole winter?
I'm gonna make a bench to sit on and then get a big old fire going.
All right, Dave, are you warm?
Barely.
It's -2 degrees outside, and we're still working out some hiccups with the heater because I had it on a timer and it did not come on, so it is 37 degrees inside the van.
That's pretty cold. I think that might be the coldest it's been in here.
Rudolph's very happy though. Rudolph!
Rudel doodle. This is Rudel's cold position. Otherwise, he's on the couch.
Alright, time to go back to bed. Just snuggle up till it gets warm in here.
Yeah, I'm gonna let that heater warm it up and then we'll try again.
Brr. Look, I got another one. This way. Ready? So there's a little pond over here. Let's go see if it's all frozen over from last night. Yep, it's frozen over. That is so pretty. Oh, there's some Canadian geese out there in a part that's not frozen. My fault. Rudolph brought his ball. And what did he do? He dropped it. And it rolled right over there on the ice. You can't get it, bub. You will fall through there. No. So now we have to go back to the van. Come on. You can't go on the ice. Come on. Come on. I really did not think that was going to work, let alone get the ball on the second try. I'm pretty dang proud of myself. Okay, let's not bring the ball out here anymore.
All right, that was a pretty short exploration hike for me and Rudel. But I've got to get back to the van and get my drone and drone this. That water is super calm and still, and it's reflecting from the Sawtooth Mountains. It looks fantastic. I can't wait to see what it looks like from the air and show you. I want to take you for a really short hike down this trail because there's something very unique about it. Up here is a boardwalk, and it's called the Boardwalk to Nowhere. And there's something very unique that happened here, and it was just recently. And I'll take you along with me. Stick with me. It won't take very long. It is very short. This is where the boardwalk starts, and it looks fairly new, like it's only a couple years old at best. And we're on the inlet side of the lake. And I'll tell you all about what's coming up here on the other side of the bridge. When I was first walking to the very end of this boardwalk, I'm like, wow, this is a really nice trail. And then all of a sudden it ends. And you're like, where does it go? It's all water here. And I thought, oh, the lake's probably high, right? Well, no, the lake is not high. The lake is actually low right now, but the trail is gone. And what happened here was a giant, well, a pretty good sized earthquake, a 6.5 magnitude earthquake. Very close to here, and this lake actually sunk, and it looks like it sunk. If you can see the pine trees way out there, and they're under, it looks like 4, 5, 6 feet of water. So it was a pretty good sizable amount that it sunk, and now this lake is bigger than it was before. And this just happened in March of this year, and it must have been something to feel that earthquake, especially if you were right here at this location. The ground, they said, actually liquefied, and it turned to just a liquid state, and the land lost its stiffness and then just sank. And I see a kayaker coming right up to the shore here. What used to be land, but now is water. Oh, and look, it's Carrie on her brand new kayak. If you've watched our other videos, you've seen that our old kayak got stolen. It's been a few months, but we've got a replacement, and this is its maiden voyage.
Yep, it's the same exact kayak as I had before, but in my favorite color.
And it looks like a great day to be on the water.
It is.
What are you gonna name it?
You named it for me, so it's Little Trooper 2.
Because our van is Stormtrooper, and our last kayak was Little Trooper 1, so.
And Little Trooper 1 went to a new home.
Yeah, somebody else got it. But this is a pretty good way to start your new voyage with your new kayak.
Yes. I'm going to go up around the corner and see if I can get a good view of the mountain.
Yeah, I bet you will.
So, awesome day.
Yeah, it is. That used to be all sand beach. Well, even past those trees. And now it's all underwater. Nice day to be out there kayaking. I'm going to take off back to the inlet area because I heard that you can still find some of the fractures from that 6.5 earthquake. And you can see them in the inlet and around the inlet. So let's go take a look. I think this is one of the fractures left over from the earthquake. I think this is another one of those fractures. I'm not a geologist, so I don't know for sure, but it sure looks like a fracture to me. I'd love to talk to a geologist up here that had some before and after pictures. And I can see how the ground is all messed up here. And from the locals are saying that is definitely from the earthquake. It looks like it's been badly tilled. Well, that was pretty cool to learn about. I think I'm gonna head back to the van because there is a Roodle there all by himself, and he's not at his happiest when he's all by himself, so I need to get him out, take him for a walk, maybe take him down to one of these beaches. This is what everything is all about. Thank you. You gonna give it to me? No? You can rest a little bit, and then when you're ready, give it back to me. Well, how'd it go?
Awesome. Nice to be on the water again. There's a beaver dam on the other side.
Oh, nice.
I saw a beaver, but
You saw a beaver?
I saw one, but not close enough.
Oh.
I waited for it to come back, but of course it didn't.
I've come across a frozen track here, which I think could be a future fossil of possibly a labro lion, thought to have been extinct for many years, but then quite possibly not extinct, because there's one right here, a labro lion. Oh, and he's a playful one. There is a lot to like about this location, but What did you like best?
It's hard to pick one thing. There is a pond right behind us that we could actually camp right next to if we wanted to. There's a beautiful creek. Every morning I watch the eagles fly up the creek. The path to the lake is like super short. There's a lake to kayak on. There's hiking trails everywhere.
My favorite part is the Sawtooth Mountains. They're super spiky and pointy and right behind us.
Yeah, and now in the summertime, there's tons of backcountry trails. A little too much snow right now for us to do that.
I definitely want to come back and hike one or more of the trails.
Yeah, the other thing we haven't mentioned, we'll maybe touch this in the future, but there's a lot of hot springs in this area.
There really is. This is a good home base for hot springs.
Yeah. We have been here, what, 10 days?
Yep.
We have not seen one person down here the entire time.
Yep.
So we really like the off season, which brings us to if you come in the off season.
Yeah. What you need to know.
Yes.
First off, that we stopped counting at 50 free camping locations, and it just kept going up from there. So there is a lot of places to camp here.
That's 5 separate dispersed camping locations, not just here.
Yeah.
And these are all within 10 miles of the little town of Stanley, Idaho.
Yeah, and there's even free campgrounds that you could use if you want to and not stay in these dispersed areas.
And there's paid campgrounds you could use too. Which also brings us to our next point. If you come to this area in the summertime, you're going to be prepared for tons of people because we are only about 3 hours away from Boise, Idaho. And one of the locals told us that last year they had 3 million visitors in this area.
Which is hard for us to believe because right here we don't see anybody. So it's definitely a place to go for the off season. But if you do go in the off season, make sure you are prepared for cold weather and possible snow. So watch the weather forecast.
Yes, it has been brutally cold here. Every night has been 20 degrees Fahrenheit or lower. Our record night was -6 degrees Fahrenheit. We are hearing they're having an Indian summer, which means that it's normally colder here. So you better come with a winterized vehicle.
For sure.
And a way to stay warm.
You should also know that the small town of Stanley, it only has 63 people per population, but it has pretty much all the services that you need. It has 24-hour gas station, propane, water, some groceries,
library, mechanic,
tire shop. So it's crazy small town, but a very good place to call home base.
Yeah.
And then
it's a beautiful area. I can see why 3 million people come here.
Yeah. I know. I definitely want to come back and do some backpack trips up in the Sawtooth Mountains and go to Sawtooth Lake.
Yeah, I mean, we could spend all summer here and just do backcountry hikes.
Absolutely.
I think this has also been Rudolph's favorite location too.
Yeah, well, he's got to play a lot of ball since we got here.
Okay.
We hope you enjoyed the video, and we will see you next week.
Happy boondocking.
If you would like to support our channel, please consider becoming a patron. Or check out our new merchandise at oneadvantureatatime.com. We also have stickers available in our website store. Thank you for watching.